Hello, my name is Lorenzo Martin. Today I'll be talking about the impacts of COVID-19 on education. I would like to give a special thanks to my mentor, Dr. Annie Mundeke. COVID-19 has brought tremendous impacts on education. From preschool all the way to college, COVID has affected learning and has presented unprecedented challenges to various institutions, especially education, government, and the family. This study focuses on the impacts of COVID-19 on education at the college level. For this project, I assume that if students are medically and financially equipped, then they can be ready to return to class and achieve more. The results of this project include many factors, such as the vaccine, have helped us to fight COVID-19 and render positive results in terms of improving education and students' achievement. However, there is still much to do to help students and equip them medically and financially to help them achieve in school and become contributive members of the society. The manner in which one can become infected by this disease is through the contact of liquid particles of one who is infected. So for example, if someone that has coronavirus sneezes on you, then there is a chance that you can become infected as well. So that is something to watch out for. Come to our next slide, which is prevention. Ways we can prevent the spread of coronavirus are by getting vaccinated, wearing a mask in public, social distancing, and avoiding unnecessary interactions, but especially getting vaccinated. How has COVID-19 affected education? Due to cancellations and schools closing early in the pandemic, students were forced to continue their learning through virtual learning. Virtual learning, although it has been a temporary solution to the coronavirus outbreak, it has been a roller coaster for many students and educators throughout this journey. According to an article from DePaulionline.com, it claims, at the university level, online learning posed many challenges such as decreased motivation and productivity, an uptick in mental health issues and for some, insufficient resources for a successful education at home. Some other academic challenges include a lack of technology. Many students did not have access to the technology required to keep up with their virtual classes. Issues in focusing. Many students felt distracted or unengaged with their classes online. And financial issues. Students felt they were wasting their money on degrees and schools that weren't catering to their educational needs. Some solutions would be every student to have access to a computer and a stable internet connection provided by the school at little or no charge. Every student should be vaccinated for their protection against COVID-19, for their protection and for the protection of others. Schools should provide psychological and mental resources and outlets for students to feel safe with. I believe CUNY has been doing a good job of this. I receive constantly emails of outlets that CUNY provides for students to join in and partake in if they ever feel that they need it. So kudos to CUNY. Academic issues were not the only troubles that students faced during the pandemic. Mental and psychological issues took a toll on many college students as well. According to bmcpsychology.com, it states, our results indicate that students closer to graduating faced increases in anxiety, 60.8%, feeling of loneliness, 54.1%, and depression, 59.8%. So that is more than half of students conducted in the survey that feel a negative impact because of this inability, I believe, to leave their homes during the pandemic. And I believe it is important for students to get vaccinated so that they can return to a normal classroom and return to being able to. So what comes next? After the global pandemic outbreak first occurred in 2020, we've seen 6 million deaths worldwide, 1 million deaths in the US alone. Many students are still worried about, students and faculty members are worried about how they will be affected inside the classroom. We must have faith, we must have faith in God, and we must have faith in scientists that are working with companies such as Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson and Johnson, to better our standards of health and to allow us to return to a safer classroom through these vaccines that they have been developing. According to a survey conducted by Third Way, more than half of current college students believe that the worst is over. So this shows that we are heading in the right direction. I believe so too. 100%, I believe that we are heading in the right direction. And, as sources show us, we have been heading into, I'd say, better numbers of cases. The cases have definitely been going down, but, we still must take precautions and we must try to keep safe. According to the COVID States Project by Northeastern, Northwestern, and Rutgers University, nearly 3/4 of college students from the 1,000 universities conducted in the survey had at least one vaccine. So this goes to show that universities and students of universities have been doing a great job in getting vaccinated, whether it's the enforcement of policy, or it's students on their own behalf getting the vaccine. I feel as though, either or, we must get vaccinated and we must keep safe for the safety of ourselves and of others. In conclusion, getting vaccinated and taking safety precautions at all times will be the best step towards getting the education field back on track. According to the CUNY website, all students registering for a fully in-person or hybrid class for the 2022 spring term and thereafter must have up-to-date vaccinations, which includes a booster shot once eligible, unless they have been granted a religious exception or medical exemption to the vaccine. So if you have a religious exemption or a medical exemption, by all means, I feel you have that right to not get vaccinated, but you must take precaution at all times, no matter what. I believe CUNY has been doing a great job in regulating this issue of COVID-19, and I can definitely see that the future is a brighter one for us all. Here are my resources for this project. I would like to give a special thanks to Dr. Reginald Blake. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Annie Mundeke. Thank you, Ms. Sonia Johnson. Thank you, Dr. Hamadriza Narozi. Thank you, undergraduate research team. Thank you, City Tech. And thank you, BMI. And thank you for watching. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm here, I'm all ears, and I'm ready and I'm glad to share with you. Thank you.